Private Stanley Louis, K/3195, Canadian Scottish Regiment, RCIC. Remember with honor. Parents, Chief Johnny Louis and Adele Louis. Born July 14th, 1923. Passed away February 19th, 1945. Buried at the Gross Beek Canadian War Cemetery in the Netherlands. Stanley joined the army in November of 1944 and was sent to England and then Germany and took part of the Rhineland Battle, where he was killed while on guard duty. Private Joseph James Page, Regiment Seaforth Highlanders, World War I, 1914 to 1918. Parents, Louis Page and Susan Jeffries. He was born in 18. Married Eva Nicole and passed away February 18th, 1932. After serving in the war, Joseph returned home to Pender Harbor, where he and Eva raised 4. Private Richard Higgins, Regiment Canadian Armed Forces, gun instructor. Parents Charles Higgins and Hazel Goodale. Born August 5th, 1922 in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Married November 16, 1953. Died July 21st, 2004. After the war, Parkey was a commercial fisherman for 40 years. He had a gillnet boat first, and then the trawler was Kaamano Sunset. After he retired from the fishing industry, he had an evergreens business called Higgins Evergreens. Parkey and his wife Barb retired to the coast in 1993. The first thing he did on their return of the coast was buy a boat called the Black Duck and had many happy adventures. Together they raised 3 children. They are Geraldine, Richard, and Holly Ann. Private Albert Louis, Regiment Seaforth Highlanders. Parents Chief Johnny Louis and Adele Hurst. He was born November 27, 1925. He married Irene Paul. After the war, Albert returned home to Shishalh and to a career in the logging and fishing industry. He and his wife Irene had 6 children. They are Marilyn, Karen, Alan, Brian, Gerald, and Carol. He is one of the few elders who spoke the shishalh language fluently and worked with the elders group and linguist Ron Beaumont, recording the shishalh language for future generations. Donald Jeffries, Regiment Merchant Marines. His parents, Robert Jeffries and Emily Sewell. He married Phyllis Billy. After serving in the Merchant Marines, Donald returned home to Egmont and with his wife, Phyllis, had 2 children, Wanda and Daryl. Donald was an excellent fisherman and spent many years fishing the coastal waters on his boat Percentage. Private Alan Jeffries, Regiment Merchant Navies. Parents Robert Jeffries and Emile Sewell. He was born 1922 in Egmont. He passed away January 27, 1947. Alan and his brother Don both enlisted in the Merchant Navy. After the war, Alan returned home to Egmont, where he and Ruby Jones had 1 son, Arnold Jones, before he passed away in 1947. Private Arthur Page, Regiment Regina Rifle Artillery. Parents Joseph James Page and Lizette. He was born September 11, 1927. He married Hilda. Arthur served overseas during World War II and then returned home to Pender. He and his wife Lizette had 1 child, a daughter, Trudy. So those are our veterans we could take a moment of silence just to honor them, thank the Creator for their work and their service, thank the Creator for them, for their existence, or share a song even. I like to share a song.
Well, they were all rock-solid individuals who just did what they served. They answered the call. And they were average people who rose to extraordinary circumstances and dug deep and held forth and did what they had to do. For me, as a veteran, I look at it as a bit of irony that those that we were ready to fight for weren't really ready to sit down and have a conversation about what that freely given donation of life and blood meant. In the end, we all end up in the same place, but it's that recognition piece that we so. That's what we strive for. That's what I feel we deserve. We stood and fought for and bled for and died for this country. We should be recognized for that. So I look forward to moving ahead now, because now that we're into truth and reconciliation, the truth comes before you can have reconciliation, and that the truth is coming out now. And I'm grateful that in this time there are so many people who want to have that conversation. I look around with the regional board, yes. All of them want to sit down and have that discussion. I look at the province, yes. They've come to the door saying we are ready to have this discussion. Even Canada now is finally at a place where we can sit down and have a conversation where the contribution of First Nations towards the overall whole is being recognized and being honored. But you take a look around at Canada and what it is, yeah, it's got a lot of problems, but it's still the best place on the planet to be.
I just wanted to acknowledge another veteran, Constable Carl Dixon, and all his service he did for our community. Here are a few other Indigenous war veterans that I think would be good to look up.